welcome to or welcome back to my channel, AJ Budgets. I am AJ and I am so thankful and grateful that you are here with me today. In today's video, we are going to budget out my vacation to Seattle, Washington. I am so excited. I'm going to go and see my new baby niece and then also see my 2-year-old nephew, and I can't wait. So let's get into it. I plan on taking this trip sometime in October. I haven't really figured it out yet. I have a little bit of leeway with when I can take this trip. And so I just want to get in there and see how much tickets are and then decide on what weekend I'm going. But I'm going to go, I think I've decided Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then might take Monday off as well, depending on I'm going to try to get like on a red eye and then take that Monday off. Or do like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know. We will, like I said, figure it out. I have to get in there and see how much flights are costing and what's going to be the best plan of action. The best thing about this is I'm going to be staying with my sister and her family, so I don't have to budget in a hotel cost. So this trip, I'm hoping I have a mental budget of between $750 and $1,000, and so we'll see what we can get done. So I'm going to write out all of the things that we need to budget, and then you're gonna go on an online adventure with me as we check out plane tickets and the cost of the tram and the ferry and all of that stuff. So biggest expense is going to be my flight, because I know I'm going to have a connecting flight, and then I'm going to have airport spending. Okay, so I have a connecting flight, so it means I'm going to be eating a lunch or a dinner at an airport, and then I'll have airport spending on the way back as well. Same deal, unless it's in the middle of the night, then I might just be sleeping. But when I wake up that next morning, I will want food or coffee or both. And then obviously we're in the greater Seattle area, so coffee and food are going to be a priority. So food and coffee. They have the cutest little coffee shops just like on every single corner, and I like to try different ones every day. And then my sister and my ex-in-laws, they all have their favorites that they take me to as well. I've been there so many times. I don't really plan on getting souvenirs, but we might go shopping. I only have a carry-on, so it's not like I'm going to be buying bulky things, but I might find something. I will also need to get on the ferry and then also take the tram to the ferry area, just in case I come in at a weird time and they can't get off work. And then I like to have like a little bit of miscellaneous money. We'll see if I have anything left over. And then we'll have the ER cash, which I already have saved, and that will be $50. So you can go ahead and add that. ER cash is $50, and that is budgeted and already there. And then I need to put my little check mark boxes. My check mark boxes are a little off. I had to tape down a piece of paper because I ran out of whiteout. In this calendar, it has like where you can break out your days, or in the agenda, but I wanted a blank piece of paper and I ran out of whiteout. Anyways, long story short, here's kind of what we're looking at, and what I need to do. So I think the first thing that we're going to do is go on the finding a flight adventure and see if I can find something. Ideally, I want to spend $400 or less. So we're going to hope that I can do that. Okay, welcome to my American Airlines search. That's the one flight that goes out of my little local airport that can get me to basically anywhere. I usually have to go through either Chicago or Dallas, Denver, or Charlotte, depending on where I'm going. And so I'm very surprised by the $349. I thought $400 was going to be a little low. So I was like, ideally, I would like to go $400, but I was prepared to pay like $600 round trip. And so seeing a $349 flight is incredible. And so right now I'm just kind of looking at timelines. So I have to work half a day, or I would need to work half a day because I can only take 1.5 days off around a holiday weekend. And so I was looking at flights. This one goes out at 4 p.m., which is perfect. And then I'm looking at return flights, and I found a red eye, leaves at 11:59 p.m., gets in at 9 o'clock a.m. And there's an hour and a half layover in Dallas, which isn't terrible for an overnight flight. So it would get me like 5 hours of sleep, and then a little 90-minute flight into my hometown. I could be back at my house before noon. I would have to take that Monday off.
But I think that that's the one I'm going to do because you can't beat that $350. And then I get like an entire whole day on that Sunday with my family. So I'll get an entire Friday, entire Saturday, entire Sunday. I do get in a little bit later on Thursday, but that's 3 whole days I get to spend with my new little niece. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just looking here really quickly though at the other $350 tickets, and they all leave at the same time, but they get in later, which means that layover is later. And I know I want to go with the shortest layover. And then also the longer we go here, the longer that flight gets. We're up to 17 and a half hours there at the bottom. And I want to keep it under 7 hours ideally. So we're going to go with that original flight and go ahead and get it booked because I'm not going to wait for it to go up. $350 is a great deal.
I can't believe how inexpensive that flight was. It was under budget, which is awesome. That's so cool. I think I'm gonna go ahead and purchase it in just a moment. Then I'll come back and do actual on that. I want to go ahead and get everything budgeted out just to make sure. I'm also like still 90 days out. And I don't know if I should wait till we're 60 days out if the tickets will go down. But that's $374 is such a cheap flight for a connecting all the way across the country. So anyways, oh, that's so exciting. Okay, airport spending. Like I said, I'm going to be doing dinner and then breakfast. So I'm going to give myself $35. I don't think I'll spend that much, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. My food and coffee budget. So I'll be there all day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So 3 days. Like even if we go out to eat, I know we'll be eating at the house some too. I'm going to give myself $100. If we go out to eat, they like to go to this little breakfast spot, and it's going to be like $20. And then we might go out to eat one night. But we have the infant, so again, I don't know. We might be ordering out some food. And I also have cash for so if I need to spend cash on coffee, that's fine. I'm gonna give myself like $100 for shopping because, you know, we might not actually go shopping and I might spend more of that on food, and that's fine. The tram is like, what was it, like $4 or $5 each way. And then the ferry, I think I only had to pay one way. I'm gonna give myself like $25. Again, I'm gonna over budget. And then that, okay, so let's see where we're at with that. Okay, so with the 470, the 200, and the 25, I'm at $695. And if I want to be at 750, that gives me $55 in miscellaneous. I don't know why I put that 25 there. And then we'll do 55 in miscellaneous. Okay, so that makes my budget then $750. Now I have saved up to $1,000 for this trip, but I would like to roll some of that into, I've already started quasi planning. I found a cruise for 2027 and I went ahead and purchased it because it was so cheap. So I would like to use that extra money for that cruise so I can start paying it off now. But anyways, if I go over, that's also okay because I will eventually be saving for my 2027 savings accounts or vacations in my savings account as well. What I like about pre-budgeting like this, if I was going to get a hotel for 3 nights, I could probably find a hotel for like $100 to $125 a month, or oh my god, a day. So you're looking at like $1,250, like $1,500 or less to go to Seattle for a weekend. Like, and that's from all the way across the country here in Missouri. Like that's pretty cheap vacation here in the year of our Lord of 2026, which is really exciting. Like if you can't do big trips, like little weekend trips, you get to experience a new city, and that's a lot of fun. And so even if you can't fund like a $5,000 vacation or go to Europe or whatever, just doing something stateside and visiting a city that you haven't visited or visiting a city that you love to visit, like go for it. Like save $100 a month and then make it happen, and just give yourself a peace of mind and the well-deserved vacation. Thank you so much for being here with me today and for interacting with and watching my videos. I hope you are planning to travel soon. And if you have been enjoying my content, please consider subscribing and give this video a like if you enjoyed today's video. And give me a comment down below and let me know, where are you planning on going next, or what is your dream location? I love to travel and would love to get some ideas, so let me know down below. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Bye!